Oh, that's right. This is the other one. So this one doesn't have all the details that the other one has. Oh, is there more stuff on the other one, or is it all the new stuff is on here? Laura. Oh shit. Hang on. Okay. My phone disconnected from my truck, so okay, so all the new stuff's on this one. It's so I don't have to do a video recording of the other one. I've already documented that yesterday. All the new stuff's here.
Okay, yeah, all the new stuff is here.
Okay. So going back to the top, this is where we started out. Laura didn't know whose dog this was. I personally suggested her just I suggested we take the dog out and not say anything. But Laura's friend Kimmy, or our friend Kimmy, suggested she put it on Facebook. So she
Well,
did.
actually, the first thing she suggested was ask the neighbors. So I went over and asked the neighbors, the only neighbors that I like and trust in the area, and they said it was a stray.
Right, besides Michael.
And I put it on Facebook.
Right. Yeah, so we know Michael, and we know another couple, which we call our South neighbors. Um, we know them. They're cool. We haven't had any trouble with them. So we didn't call Michael, but we did talk. Laura talked to the other South neighbors. I ended up calling Michael after the fact because they threatened to sue me. And I talked to Michael about the laws, and he's the one who actually sent me the bylaws on the situation. So, but he's had problems with Dakota and Robert as well. In fact, from what I understand, all the neighbors have had problems with them. But I don't know. We'll have to do a census and find out. But anyways, so she posted on here looking for the owner of the dog because she saw two dogs, but she only saw the white tail of the other one. So she wasn't 100% sure what kind of dog it was, but she also saw this dog. And then this dog came onto our property. Well, they were on our property originally. Then they left, and then this one came back, and she got it on video. The dog chasing and treeing and trying to kill the guinea fowl. She didn't catch him on video killing them, but she caught it on video trying to kill them. And she's also got some other pictures that are a little gory. Guinea heads and stuff.
A guinea head.
Right. So she posted that, and then I ended up texting Robert and asking him, do you know whose dog this is? And he texted me back, I'll get him. But then he called me right after, threatening to sue me. So at that point, I posted these screenshots basically saying that he threatened to sue me for everything I own. And there was another picture. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. So I texted him. I says, I find it strange that Dakota threatened to shoot my goats for being on your guys' properties, but you threatened to sue me if I shoot your dog for killing my livestock. You say dogs will roam, but so do goats. So that's a non sequitur. I will do what I can to keep my animals on my side of the fence. All I ask is that you do the same. I'm sure neither one of us want to have any more problems or trouble, so let's try and keep it that way. And then he said, I'll get the dog taken care of. And I said, thank you. But anyways, yeah. So I probably shouldn't have posted the screenshots. You know, that was probably something that I could have done better. But, you know, it's whatever. Oh, see more. Okay, there we go. So I'm just doing a video documentation of all this. Just in case it gets deleted. Admin deleted something. What did they delete?
That was admin on the other page. It was, I don't know. She didn't tell me what she deleted. She just said she deleted something.
Did she say why?
Let me see what she said. Hold on.
Hopefully I got the screenshots and the screen video
She just said, I did remove some comments. One of the things I know she removed, because I noticed it was gone and I thought he removed it, was talking about holding a pistol to your head.
Right. He claimed he had a pistol to my head when he never did.
Well, I mean, it's possible that he deleted that himself. I don't know who deleted it.
Right.
And a bomb just dropped, but I won't tell what it is. I'll tell you later when you're not recording. But I just did a thing.
Oh, okay. It's not related?
Oh, it is related.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if anything's gonna happen with the thing, but we'll see if something happens with the thing. The thing. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, hang on. I'll pause the video.
I didn't want to say that because I'm keeping that on the down low. I'm not saying anything.
Hey, we need all the cards we can have in our back pocket because these guys are playing dirty.
Oh wait, no, shoot, this is not the right person. Damn it.
That's all right.
Okay,
You'll find
I'm
it.
I'm done doing. Never mind.
Yeah.
I realized I looked up the wrong name. Okay, let me try this again. Oh crap! This person does not have a Facebook. Okay, keep going. Keep talking. I'm shutting up.
So yeah, they're showing pictures of a dog having a laceration. Well, this laceration supposedly, or it looks like it just happened. So if the dog got a laceration while it was on our property, while it was trespassing, attacking our animals, and our goats supposedly caused this laceration, well, the dog brought it on itself. Now, Laura thought it looked like it was from barbed wire fence, and it clearly went under some fence to get on our property. And on the east and on the north side of the property, there's barbed wire and goat fence. So it could be, well, actually, even on the south side, if it climbed the fence, on the south side, I have barbed wire on the top of the goat fence. And then they have 6-strand barbed wire on the east and north side. And then I just put my goat fence up against the barbed wire. So if it went under the fence or even over that other fence, it could have got barbed wire lacerations. And if it attacked the goats, maybe the llama did it. Maybe the llama's not defective. Maybe she did try to protect the goats.
Well, I mean, anything to me, it looks like a barbed Carl.
Right. It could be, but anyhow, I'm just documenting the evidence at this point. So, they want to take it to court. We'll have all our ducks in a row.
Well, and I think it's crazy that they claim that they sent you information with the
Well, and I'm calling them out on it. It's like if they got the evidence, they can provide it to my attorney, and we'll take it to court. They bring their evidence, we'll bring ours. So yeah, I mean, the proof is in the pudding, and they ain't providing any proof. They're just giving us bullshit, but they're calling us dumbasses, dumbassery, and bullshit. Yet they're the ones harassing us, making false allegations, and we're backing our stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not backing their stuff up.
Right. Hold on.
And it's a civil matter, so they can take it up with Janae, and if they want to make it a criminal.
Not only do we have a video, I mean, unfortunately, it's not of him chasing the birds as much as I would like, but we have witnesses, 2 witnesses.
Oh yeah, Josh and his girlfriend. Josh wanted to kill it, but Laura talked him out of it. And now, well, we should, like I said, if we were to do this all over again, we would have just shot the dog and not said a word. And that's what people should probably do. I kind of already knew that.
That's unfortunate that it has to be like that, though.
I know. Laura's too kind-hearted. I've been out here since 2012. I learned this lesson with Austin's dogs. Austin would let his dogs come over to my place and kill my ducks, kill my chickens, kill my guineas, kill my geese, and he didn't give a 2 shits about it. And I said something about it, and he was like, he placated me and said he would compensate me, but he never did. And there was something else he said he would do, and then he made up some bullshit excuse saying, oh, everybody's sold out. And then I did my homework, and nobody was sold out. So he lied to me. But that, I can't remember what it was. I think I didn't have the north fence line done yet when Austin was living there. And I needed one more strand of goat fence. And he had offered to either buy it or split it with me, something, I can't remember. And then he turned around and said, oh, everybody's sold out. So he was just bullshitting me. Meanwhile, his dogs kept coming over and killing my animals. Well, I went and put it on my credit card, and I went ahead and bought the fence, even though I couldn't really afford it. And David Ray and I ended up putting it up. But the dogs still kept coming onto the property because they were smaller dogs that can go under the fence. So finally, I just got rid of all the birds. And then Austin sold his property to Dakota. And Dakota was like, oh yeah, my dogs are bird friendly. They won't kill birds. So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
We never had problems with his dog.
That's true.
We never even really had problems with predators until the other guy moved in.
Right. So Dakota probably was being honest. He was probably being forthcoming or forthright, or whatever the right word is, about his dogs not killing birds. Because we didn't really have a bird predator problem until... When did... Oh, I could tell you. Hang on.
When
we we didn't really start having a problem until okay, the sheep's babies started being born in February. And I don't know how old that baby was. It was about a month old when it died. So maybe it was 2 months old. I don't know. Robert moved in when? April?
He moved in. I can tell you. Hold on, I'm doing something. I can tell you because I can look at the reporter of deeds.
And I'm sure I have a YouTube video of it. I know I have a YouTube video of it. I tracked the blood trails, and they went back to it was dog footprints and a blood trail from the lamb, our firstborn lamb, and it went back to Robert's property. But I don't remember if Robert was living there yet or not. But
I'm gonna tell you. I mean, not to say that there aren't other. I mean,
well, we understand that there's other predators, and we didn't 100% know for sure that his dogs were doing it. For a while, we were just speculating what was doing it. They kept saying, oh, it's coyotes, oh, it's coyotes, oh, it's coyotes. Like they knew 100% sure it was coyotes. We didn't know. We didn't rule out the coyotes, but we didn't rule out their dogs or bobcats or hawks, or owls, or coons. We didn't rule out anything. We were like, something is killing our birds, and we got to figure out what it is.
I mean, the possibility exists that other predators killed some of the birds. I mean, the birds that stayed out overnight on the roof probably got gotten by owls.
And it could be a combination of all of the above. And like I told Robert in the text, we weren't saying that the dog was the only predator. I said that the dog was one of the predators, and you can see that clearly in the text. Hang on, let's go back down. Or up. It's up here. So it says, we have a trapper coming to the land to catch or to set up traps and to catch and kill them and whatever else is killing our birds. Oh, them as in the dogs. So we weren't saying it was specifically their dogs doing all the killing.
Right.
And I said, Laura has moved a lot of the birds to Collins, but she has been working on moving the rest that haven't been killed yet. Yeah, because she's lost half of her birds, if not more than half. We probably lost half our guinea fowl this year from predators. I didn't say the dogs. I said predators. We know this dog is one of the predators. We will try to trap and kill it and the other predators. So we weren't just saying that that dog was the only predator. And it's right there in black and white. So I'm glad I posted that screenshot now because I'm covering my ass.
Right. We didn't say that dog was the only predator. It was just probably a predator that was in the mix.
Exactly. But yeah, they're basically acting like that we think that that dog is the only predator. And maybe it was, but I doubt it. There for a minute, we thought maybe our pigs were killing them. We didn't know.
I mean, this is the only animal I've caught. And like I said, I didn't catch him physically in the act of killing the birds at the time. But, well, and the thing is there was another dog on the property, I'm pretty sure. And didn't somebody say that they have a second dog?
Yeah, Michael said they do have a white, Great Pyrenees looking dog. And he says they roam far and wide. And that's probably why the other neighbors are having problems with them too. I mean, it's probably not the only reason the other neighbors are having problems with them. But I know the neighbors to the east of them are having problems with them. Michael's had problems with both of them.
I might wait till Johnny's here. We might go take a little drivey drive.
There you go. I know Michael thinks they've been trespassing on both our properties. He's got evidence that they've been trespassing, but he doesn't have any solid proof.
Okay, so they signed the sale of the contract. They signed the contract on April 26th.
Okay. I'll have to go back and look at my videos to see when the lamb was killed. And that first lamb might have been killed by a coyote. I'm not saying their dogs did it, but...
So the thing is, they signed it on April 26th, but then they didn't record it until June the 9th. So I don't know if they moved in June or if they moved in April. So...
I don't know. I have to go back to my YouTube videos and see. Because, unfortunately, I reformatted my phone since then, so I don't have any of our old conversations. All I have is our conversations from, I don't know, a few months ago.
Hold on, I'm reading something.
I think it's funny, too. They think we have like 100 cameras on the property when I only have like 2 or 3. I wish I had more cameras on the property. That's in a different section. I think that's on the other community. That's on the...
Do the Estes own the property? Do they live in Missouri? They live in Independence? They have their address as Independence. I didn't know they lived in Independence.
Oh, yeah. They moved to the city. The story is, and I don't know how true the story is, but the story is that one of their kids is a really good wrestler, and they want him to be in tournaments and go professional and stuff. And so they went back to the city. They left the city. Well, Estes left the city, married a Filipina, came out here because he was a prepper, survivalist type of guy. Then they owner financed it to a couple, went to the Philippines. That fell through, so they came back, and then they went to, I guess, Kansas City. And then owner financing it again to Robert.
Sounds like a fucking hot mess.
Well, Estes is kind of a hot mess anyways, but for different reasons. I don't think he's nearly as bad as these two are. But he's not as cool as, say, Michael is. Somewhere in between.
Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. I'm doing something. Hold on. Hold on 1 second.
All right. So for the video, you know, I've never really had any real problems with Estes. You know, differences of opinion. And then he kind of placated me too and was like, oh yeah, he would agree to do something a certain way. We would come to a negotiation, a win-win solution, I thought. Then he would hurry up and do it the way he wanted to, behind my back. And then it was done, and I couldn't say anything about it. You know, about the fence, and that was regarding the fence line. So it was like, he would placate me too. But I never really had any problems with him.
Hey, David, hold on. I'm going to call you right back, okay?
That's fine. I'm going to finish the video. All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
So anyways, that was from the first, I mean, this is 2 days ago and 1 day ago. Oh, she's calling me from her other phone. Oh, your battery died?
No, hold on. Say hi to Pruny. Is this fantastic Pruny? This is fantastic Pruny. But I'm gonna read you what Pruny wrote. Okay. Pruny's great. Pruny says, Pruny is. You know, I remember one time, and this is literally the only thing that Pruny and Brian have in common. There's only one thing. What?
There's more than one thing.
Well, what else is there?
But anyways, carry on.
Well, you both had me as a girlfriend. I guess that's the thing. Anyways.
Well, and we both have one of the same celebrity crushes.
Oh, Jennifer Aniston. That's true. I forgot about
Oh,
that.
two of the same celebrity crushes.
What?
Two of the same celebrity crushes.
Oh, yeah, that's the one girl from that. I forget her name.
Yeah, she's kind of goofy. Kind of like you.
But anyway, so one time Brian's lawyer told him, he said, I don't know if it's a fault or a attribute. He said, you are literally, to a fault, the most honest person I've ever met. That's funny. And then you will say exactly what's on your mind. He goes, but it works for you. It totally works in your face. He's like, a lot of times I would tell people, don't do that, but it works for you. So David is like that too. I'm going to read you this message that David posted. It's actually it's funny in parts, but it's not oriented to you. I'm sorry, I just got parked. I was driving and dealing with Chicago traffic while you were blowing up my phone. I had Laura on the phone screaming and yelling about the situation. I didn't have time to deal with both of you on the phone, yelling and screaming, cussing, and name calling while dealing with Chicago traffic. Not to mention, I told you guys a couple days ago, our attorney and sheriff, all communication now needs to be in writing. What part to put everything in writing do you not understand? But I understand you're trying to avoid a paper trail. That's why you've been calling me repeatedly over the last 2 days. I get it. As you know, I'm a truck driver and I'm out of town. I can't be on Facebook and texting while driving, especially after dark. That being said, Laura and my brother took care of the pig situation. Sorry they didn't get there fast enough. While on the way there, in my pickup truck, someone sideswiped Laura and took the mirror off my truck. Did a hit and run. Luckily, it was just a mirror. That will give you something to celebrate. As you know, I have a horse trailer. Unfortunately, Laura's not very good with the truck and trailer, but my brother was a trucker, so he knows what to do. The pigs will be rehomed this week. I'm sorry my baby pig wrecked your life. Hopefully she didn't kill any of your livestock. Either way, she is being dealt with. I also understand you're crying about some sort of payment that we never discussed before now. The incident with the goat supposedly happened at the beginning of October, but you never said anything about it. I found out about it from your boyfriend October 28th while we were fixing the fence. I asked him about restitution, and he said that you would be happy with us fixing the fence. So as far as I know, the problem was solved. You only brought it up again because we were complaining about your guy's dog killing our livestock. You never provided any proof, just hearsay evidence. Now you want me to pay you for something that may or may not have ever happened. All because you don't want to take accountability for your dog. You say the goat situation was a problem for 3 years, but up until October, you've always told us they weren't a problem. In fact, you thought it was funny that one of our goats came to your wedding. So again, stop talking nonsense and stick to the facts. All because you're trying to run us off so you can get my land. You might be halfway successful. Now that we just finally closed our other property, we'll be moving everything over here, and I'll be liquidating this property. However, bullying, harassing us, and then offering me lowball offer of $2,000 an acre isn't going to convince me to sell my property to you. I'll sell it to Michael before I will sell it to you. The very guy you begged me not to sell it to. One of the other neighbors you guys have had problems with. My realtor told me I can get at least $120K for the property, but for you, it's $300 if you want it bad enough. You say you will not stop harassing us. You can take that up with our attorney. You bring your so-called proof, and we will bring ours. We'll settle this in court. Speaking of courts, you have a claim
Just the facts, man. Nothing but the facts. Well, except for the boyfriend part, that's probably not true, but we don't know.
What do you mean? What did you mean by that?
Oh, David thinks they're butt buddies.
He thinks he's gay?
Well, it was an off-the-cuff remark, and we're just having fun with it. But he's making all these accusations about me being a peeping Tom, and he supposedly held a gun to my head and all kinds of weird shit. And it's like, I don't know what you're smoking.
Doing drugs.
Yeah,
Over there selling drugs in the middle of the night.
something. I don't know.
Well, he didn't say selling drugs. He said that we were over there all hours of the night.
Yeah,
Well, I know, but that kind of insinuates something fishy's going on.
right.
Right, yeah.
I'm a truck driver. I'm gone a lot of the time. How am I going to be there all hours of the night being a peeping Tom doing weird shit all the time? Doesn't make any sense. Like I was telling Laura earlier, I said, I need to get my dividends up so I have time to be a peeping Tom.
And Johnny even said, Johnny was like, what did she say?
Well, she's known me as long as you guys have.
Johnny said, you're the last person I would ever see being a peeping Tom.
Pretty much.
Oh, these people sound like they're crazy.
They are crazy. Maybe when I was a kid, I might have been a peeping Tom, but as an adult, that's.
Oh, everybody does that. We stuck around the neighborhood and looked in people's windows when I was a kid, too.
Yeah.
Kids? Them!
Well, I mean, we weren't looking like, my friend Jana that lived across the street, she had a crush on the boy that lived next door to her. And we went up in her parents' bedroom and looked out the parents' bedroom into his bedroom to see if we could see him, like, taking his clothes off. But we were like, I don't know, 12, 11, something like that.
Right.
Did you see him taking his clothes off?
No. But anyway, yeah, nobody's going to, the whole thing is just weird. But I think David laid it all out on the line about everything that's happened with this whole thing.
And the thing is, too, he claims, I'll read you how our conversation went, my conversation went. And by the way, I've now blocked him. I blocked him, his boyfriend, his wife, and his boyfriend's girlfriend. I blocked all of them.
Right.
So here's what was said today. Oh, and the picture of it, I think the thing that David said that was the funniest is, I'm sorry my baby pig wrecked your life.
That is funny.
So he posted a picture, he said, since your livestock doesn't get out, I suppose this is coyote bait then. It's a little spotted pig in my pasture. Would appreciate if you would answer your phone. I said, I'm unsure how she's getting out. We fixed all our fencing. I'm not able to remove her since I don't have a horse trailer. But all the pigs will be sold shortly. I would appreciate you discontinue repeatedly calling David. He's trying to work. I don't think you would want us to continuing to call you while you were at work. Glad he can call you. It's an urgent matter. You won't return phone calls or answer them. I said, we will no longer speak to you unless it is writing. Will you stop harassing us when we remove all the animals? And I said, I'm coming to remove the pig. We will attempt to remove them in the dark. If not, I have assistants to come remove them tomorrow. At this junction, as far as I'm aware, the goats are not able to get out. I assume once the pigs are removed, this will be the last we will be required to speak. And he said, when I'm paid for damages, we will no longer have reasons to speak. However, answering a phone call has saved so much time and drama. Until then, happy phone call. Hope the piggy makes it. I hear coyote. I said, where are the pictures of said damages and a ghost in the act of causing the damages? Videos, please. I will not post them. I have sent them to David. You both know it. You both have admitted it. You admitted it on a public group. You both know the damages and the issues your livestock caused. For wanting me to stop talking to you, still respond a lot. Simple phone call would be a lot easier. I'm not calling this man.
Everything in writing. See, he wants to avoid the paper trail. And that's the first thing criminals will do. I learned this a long time ago. Criminals will always try to avoid the paper trail, and you have to keep them on that paper trail as best you can.
And then I said,
you could record a phone call, I guess.
You could, but they may or may not be legal.
what, David?
recording phone calls may or may not be legal.
Right. It may not be admissible in court.
Right.
Because I believe, because we had that problem when Brian was with Sherry, was recording her phone calls, because there's like a fine line with that. And that's why I was always on Brian to text her, but he was always wanting to call her. And I was like, you can't fucking call her, because then you have no record.
Exactly.
And then I said, Dakota, Katie, I never said the goats destroyed any property. I said the goats were on your property. And then after that, I blocked everybody. I'm just done. I don't want to fucking deal with it anymore.
Well, it sounds like they're just awfully childish.
Pretty much. Well, they just don't want to take accountability for their actions.
Well, and Lawrence told me that I didn't realize this was part of the whole thing, that they want your land.
Oh yeah, they tried to lowball me for my land. Only offered me a couple grand an acre, and that was after they started harassing us. And it's like, that's not a very smart move, you know. But they're obviously not that smart, because I mean, dude's paying one guy's paying $20,000 an acre for his property, and the other one's paying, I think, more than that even for his property. And they want mine for $2,000? No, I want face value.
Well, you know, I mean, I told Laura that she should say to him, why on earth would we sell our land to you for whatever that low price was, when obviously land around here is worth $600,000 that you paid for yours?
Right. Well, yeah, Robert paid $200.
Public record. Literally public record.
Oh, yeah. Well, and his court case in Lawrence County is in a public record, too.
Right, exactly.
So he can't get me for slander for saying that because it's public record.
Right. I mean, I looked up what they paid for the property. That's public record.
Right. So if that's how much the land around there is worth, yours is worth a heck of a lot more than they're offering.
Well, yeah, I talked to my realtor today, and he said I can get $120,000 for the property right now as is. Oh, well, as is after I clean it up, because, you know, I've been working on cleaning it up and stuff from after having that sustainable community bullcrap. And but I'm only home, you know, 1 or 2 days a week. I only have so much time to take care of all my responsibilities.
Right.
So, you know, I've been slowly cleaning it up and working on fencing. You know, when Dakota first moved in, I only had the fence across the north side, barbed wire on the east side, because Jeff Estes put up barbed wire. And then I have the old field fence on the west side. And I didn't have anything on the south side. Michael wanted to put up fence. And so I was like, hey, you know, I'll split it with you if you do it the way I need it to be done.
You do the fence I want. Yes.
Well, yeah, because he was just going to put up barbed wire. And I was like, barbed wire's not going to keep goats out. And so we split it 50-50. And we got it done. You know, we found a win-win solution. You know, and then, of course, Robert offered to help with the east fence line, but he never lifted a finger to help me. So that's why it didn't get done as soon as it needed to be done, because I didn't have any help. And I didn't have a fence stretcher either. I had to borrow Robert's fence stretcher. But Josh and Mark finally came and helped me do the fence. But Robert said he was going to help me, and then he never helped me. And so then they want to gripe at me because it didn't get done, because they offered to help and didn't help. So it's like it's almost like they're setting me up.
You tried to hire people and never showed up.
Well, that too. I tried hiring people and they never showed up. So the guy that did the south fence line, Michael had to twist his arm to get it done. He was too busy getting drunk all the time. And I was going to hire him to do the west fence line and the gate. because Robert and Dakota said the goats weren't a problem. So I wasn't worried about the east fence line yet. So I was going to work on the west fence line, get the gate up, and then work on the east. But, you know, it became a problem. And so I had to expedite it. I had already cleared the fence line, or most of it. I just hadn't finished it because they kept saying it wasn't a problem.
Like my mom always used to say, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. Laura was telling me about the people that have the crop, and that they said the goats weren't a problem, but they would be when spring came, and that he'd help you put up a fence that would keep the goats out.
That's Michael. Yeah, that's the south neighbor. Right, exactly. Instead of being a douchebag about it, he actually worked with me and we came up with the solution and we fixed the problem.
Right.
So, but he also doesn't have dogs coming over to our property killing our livestock either.
Right.
You know, it's these guys who have, and everything, once I got the fence done, everything was fine until we caught the dog on the property killing the birds. And then we said something about it because, you know, that's what Kimmy said to do. I would have just killed it. I wouldn't have said nothing.
Well, I asked me what I should do, and she said I would go to the neighbors first and find out whose dog it is. But I wasn't going to go to Dakota or Robert because I don't trust them or like them. So I went to the other neighbor, and they said that it was a stray. So at that point, I mean, I still wasn't 100% sure that it was a stray, so that's why I took it to Facebook.
Right. And so then after that, I texted Robert because I don't like Dakota because he's a dick. And so I just don't...
Dakota is the wedding neighbor.
Yes. Dakota's the one that Faith went to their wedding and they thought it was funny.
Right.
And they had a good old time. But anyways, I don't know. It was apparently that shop incident that happened is what pissed Dakota off and sent him off the deep end. Or Laura thinks that's just an excuse because he wants my property.
And so here's my opinion on the shop thing. Here's the way the shop thing should have gone. That day that it happened, the next morning, he should have texted you and he should have said, hey, your goats were in my shop last night. I got some pictures of some stuff that happened. Can you come over here? I mean, of course, at that point, we were still more mad. We were still cool with it. So he would have said, can you come over here and take a look and see what happened? You know, and we would have gone over there and he would have showed you, like, hey, they did this and they did that. I mean, the only thing I can think of that they could have done damage-wise is chewing on cords. So that's what Zoppa's goats do. That's the only thing I can think of they would have damaged.
Well, from what I understand, what Robert told me is that they knocked over his tools and basically made a mess. They didn't damage anything. They just made a mess.
Okay, so there was actually no damage, and that's why he's...
Well,
no...
I don't know what happened. I wasn't there.
Right.
But from what I recall Robert saying was the goats made a mess. He didn't say anything about damages. He said they made a mess. And so, you know, oh, and he also said that they got into some hay. And the funny thing is he was like, oh, I was so neighborly. I towed you out of the mud, which that never happened. And I sold you hay, which the goats hated. They never ate it. And so, which makes me believe they're not eating the other hay he claims they're eating because they didn't touch, well, they barely touched the other hay. It's still sitting at the front of the land from last winter. None of the animals...
Go over to his property and eat hay they don't even like.
Right. Why would they go eat his hay when they don't even like his hay? I had to go buy it from somebody else because they won't even eat it. So...
It's kind of front and rotted. And, I mean...
Oh, it's not even rotted. It's still sitting there.
The way they should have gone is
Right. The only thing, okay, so we were having our shindig in Collins, our celebration party for winning our court battle against the Delaney's. And Robert called and said the goats were on their property. He didn't say anything about the shop. He didn't say anything about damages. He didn't say anything about a mess. He just said they were on the property. They were out of my property onto their property, and he was running them back onto the property. That's all he said. So I didn't know about the shop incident until October 28th when we was talking about it while we was working on the fence line.
So you didn't even know that happened, and you didn't even hear that from Dakota.
No, he never said anything about it. Robert did.
That's crazy for him to bring it up 2 months later.
Right, well, and now he's trying to, well, they're only bringing it up because they don't want to take accountability for their dogs.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
And like somebody else said on the Facebook, on the post, somebody said this, and it's true. They're like, so it's basically, how did they word it? It was perfect because they're like, they're basically saying it's okay that your dogs came on their property and killed your livestock because a couple of months ago your livestock were on their property. So that's what justifies it happening.
Right, just because our goats were over there, or my goats were over there on his property, supposedly eating his hay that they don't like, and that justifies his dogs or their dogs coming over and killing our birds.
The whole thing is crazy.
Yeah.
So have you heard about the Chiefs?
I don't care about the Chiefs. I'm too worried about all this stuff.
Chiefs, who are they?
No. They're moving to Kansas City, Kansas. Oh, who cares?
Good riddance.
Good riddance.
But anyways, another thing I got to thinking about it, I mean, how do we even know that picture wasn't an old picture?
What picture? Oh, of the pig?
The picture of Swally.
Well, we don't.
The picture of what?
Picture of Savin that he sent us.
The picture of what he sent you?
The picture of the pig in the field. It could have been an old picture. Well, yeah, we can't see the timeline on it because if we download it from Facebook, it won't show the timestamp. He would have to take it into court to show the timestamp. But anyway.
Well, I think what David wrote is great because it kind of like delineates everything that happened.
Right. So basically, the next level is if he has any more issues, then we just need to take it to our attorneys and take it to court.
I don't want to go to court.
I'll go to court. Fuck him. I ain't scared of him.
I mean,
He's
if you
just.
go to court, I'll go to court with you, duh. But I just want this to be over. You know that.
Well, I want it to be over too, but we got to stand up to bullies. We can't let people bully us around.
I know, but I just want it to be over. I don't want to deal. Never mind.
Are you going to court?
I'm sick of going to court.
Oh, I know. I know. We just got done, or we're almost done with the Delaney situation, and now we're dealing with these douchebags. Anyways.
Is there any way you could settle it out of court?
Well, again, I don't think they have any evidence. I don't think they have any proof. They're just talking out their ass. So we don't even know what happened, you know. And Laura is willing to drop, you know, she was going to take them to small claims court and get restitution for her birds, but she's willing to drop it. She just wants peace, and that's all I want. But we want them to keep their animals under control. They want us to keep our animals under control. We want them to keep their animals under control. It's a two-way street.
We're moving the animals. We know more animals.
That's not the point. The point is it's a two-way street. They want us to keep our animals under control. They need to do the same. But when we call them on their animals, they want to pick a fight. We never picked a fight. We just did what we needed to do to fix the problem.
Exactly. I mean, and in fact, like I said in my post, I said something about
Well, Josh and I, Mark, Josh and I would not have been that forgiving. We would have killed it.
I know.
Thanks to you, the dog is still alive. And they should appreciate that, but they don't. They just want to be bullies. So, I don't know.
Assholes. And then to accuse me of all fucking people of hurting the dog? Are you fucking insane?
I think they are.
I mean, me, the only person that advocated for the dog.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I did not want it to kill my birds, but I also didn't want to kill it. I just wanted it gone.
Yeah, I know. But, you know, if it's killing your birds, it's going to keep coming back and killing birds.
So, exactly. And if I had to do it over again, I would have gone with what you guys did and just had somebody. Well, I didn't have a gun, but I would have had Josh kill it.
Well, yeah, Josh was ready to kill it right then and there, but you didn't want him to, so he fired a shot in the ground to scare it away and spared his life.
Right.
His or her life. So, yeah. So they should be happy.
If they care about that dog so much, they need to keep it make a fenced-in area for it.
Well, or get a halo collar. I suggested to Robert a halo collar. Now, I don't know if he took me seriously or not. Probably doesn't give a damn. But I suggested, you know, I said Laura has halo collars for her dogs to keep them on the Collins property. They work pretty good, better than the spot-on collars. So, you know, you might look into it. It might be a win-win solution.
A poultry killer, he's going to kill somebody else's, and he might get shot.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was saying. Somebody else might not have been as forgiving as I was.
Exactly. Most people who've been in the country long enough would have shot first and asked questions later. Probably wouldn't even ask questions. They'd have just shot, bang, dead. All right, problem solved. You know, they would have treated it like any other predator. Because that's what it is, a predator.
And that's what I should have done, unfortunately.
That's exactly what we should have done. We should have not put it on Facebook. I should have not texted Robert asking him whose dog it was. We should have just killed it.
Somebody's dog that just wandered off, and somebody say, "Oh my God, that's my dog. I'm coming to get it."
Well, that's the unfortunate thing. I mean, that's why I did what I did, because if it was Carl or Vinny, I would hope that somebody would do that for me. But it's unfortunate that that's not the way it works.
Well, yeah, because Vinny didn't grow up with birds. When we first got the guineas, Vinny tried to kill the guineas too. And but we had to train him not to kill the guineas. But if he didn't know any better and he got out and went to somebody else's property and killed their guineas, yeah, they would have shot him.
Like you said, Laura, you wouldn't want somebody to shoot Carl without giving him a chance.
Well, I know. Unfortunately, that's probably what, if Carl ever escaped, that is probably what would happen.
Right. So, but yeah, we spared the dog's life, but they want to fight about it. And it's like, I don't know what you're fighting about. Take accountability for your dog and be grateful that we didn't kill it.
Right.
You know, but they want to act like our pigs and our goats and our birds are just as much of a problem coming over to their property as their dog coming to our property and killing our livestock.
With the pig, it's not killing anybody.
I know, and he made such a big hissy over the pig.
That's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, that's the funny thing about it is the pig. You're right. The pig wasn't killing anybody.
It was just out there grazing. And they're filled pasture pigs. You know, they do root a little bit, but they're filled pasture pigs. They don't destroy property like regular pigs.
Do the wedding people have any animals or any crops?
They have cattle.
Oh.
Yeah, that they probably stole because, you know, he was accused of stealing cattle in Lawrence County, and now he has a case against the people that had a case against him. Apparently the case got dropped, and now he's countersuing those people for slander.
He's a rustler?
Huh?
A rustler? A cattle rustler?
Is that what that is?
Well, according to the original lawsuit, yes.
Well, a long time ago, they used to shoot people that stole horses and cows.
Exactly.